All right, I'm going through some of our inventory right now. These ones are customer rigs and different stuff. I've got both of these over here. The Envoy is a 5.3 V8, and then this Jeep Compass is a 2.4. I'm putting an engine in the Compass. It's had a bunch of other work done to it. I'm probably going to do some paint work, but the Envoy's fairly nice, honestly. It does run and drive. It is a Denali. I am missing a door panel. I don't know how you get a car with no door panel. But this one needs a little work, but it does run and drive. Pretty nice. In decent shape. This is more for my police department friend looking for a rig, so anybody else, this is just kind of an update. The Cummins is pretty much done as far as what I'm going to do to it. Like I said, these F-150s here are either customers or sold. I do have both these Pilots. I'm going through them right now. This black one here, it's got an entire new suspension under it. It may or may not need an engine, I don't know. It does run and drive. But occasionally I have a low compression on one of the back cylinders, but this is what they call a valve pause engine, which is basically a fancy way to say it's a DOD delete or a DOD engine. Delete was just a habit, I guess. This one here runs and drives fine. It is an all-wheel drive model. It is really nice, actually. Older lady had it. Took pretty good care of it. Sorry, it's really cold out here right now. That door's locked. But she got in an accident. Nothing really bad. My plan is to go and pull the core support off of it and replace all that with either, if I can get body panels used, I will, but more than likely I'll get new from LKQ, obviously new radiator condenser. This one has new struts. Tires on it are decent, wheels on it are pretty decent. So that's one of the options we got going on there. You're just gonna walk with me today. Both of these Hondas out here, I believe I'm gonna build one for my daughter. The one here needs an engine. This is a Envoy, it runs and drives. I need to put a transmission or rebuild the transmission in this one. But it is also a Denali. Does need a set of tires, probably needs some front end work. I really haven't gone through this one too much. Interior's pretty nice in it. Oh, that one's got a DVD player for the back seat and third row. It's got a sunroof. Initially, I bought this one and I was going to put my wife in it, but we got her a Lincoln Navigator. I think she's pretty happy with that one. Kind of give you an outside view of this one. Like I said, I haven't really had it in the shop. The motor sounds good, runs, drives fine. It's stuck in second gear is why I ended up with it. Probably need a set of tires on it. Had some oil leaks, I remember. But that's kind of an option. I do have this Dodge. I'm not a big Dodge guy, but I liked this Dodge Dakota. It does have a dent in the bed. It's really that and the clear coat, but I put a full new front end, ball joints, tie rods, axles. It has a brand new set of tires on it. The topper comes off. I had that extra, but I put a nice set of tires on it. The dent in the bed is there. Interior is really nice on it. Very well taken care of truck. I don't have the keys. I think I had 180,000 or something like that on it. Clear coat's peeling on a little bit, but you can see full set of tires. Really nice truck. This one I think is a 96 or 95. The rear extended cab does not open. I'm down on inventory quite a bit, which is a good thing. I have some parts cars over here. Those are, sometimes it's cheaper to buy a whole car take the parts off of it I need. And forgive me for breathing hard out here. It's getting bitterly cold. But we got this F250 out here. It probably needs timing chains. I haven't really looked at it very much. I have this blue F-150. I'll be honest, it does have a little more rust on it than I would have liked. It needs an engine, but it is a pretty good looking truck. Don't know that that would be the one you'd be interested in, but I am going to fix it and I'll put it out for sale at some point. Interior was decent in it. Wasn't bad, but like I said, the rust down here is something that's going to have to be dealt with. This one here is a pretty nice truck. It does have the cab corners. I'm going to go ahead and do the body work on this truck. It was a Lariat. I can order a seat cushion and reupholster that. I do that usually on most of my builds. This one was pretty doggone nice. I believe that is a DVD, I think. Yeah, sure looks like it. I like the Lariat trim package trucks. This one, I believe, needs chains and probably a little front end work. But this would be a potentially decent one. Oh, I actually forgot about this Sierra. Trying to remember what was wrong with this one. I think it's a crank no start, so I don't actually know what was wrong with this one. I bought it from the same company that the other F250 was. It's a 4.8. It's a little rough, but for cheap, reliable transportation, I can't be mad at that one. This F-150 is already sold. This one here I kind of bought for myself. This is a F350. I'm going to make a welding truck out of it. This is a V10 truck. I actually put a newer engine in it. I like V10s, but they get terrible fuel mileage. This was a company truck. They were a little hard on it. I think it has an electrical problem. I've just been too busy to look at it. This one here, let's see if I can remember this correctly. I do have somebody already spoken for a Trailblazer, so I think both of these, maybe at least one of them, sold. This one needs an engine, but runs and drives, and I have an engine in this one, and I have another 4.2 behind that brush pile. And then that one back there was an old sheriff's vehicle out in Kansas. It runs really good. They're all 4.2s, and I believe they are four-wheel drive, but it needs a transmission. So those other parts ones we're going to part out. You probably did see this cat eye. That's for customers. That's not actually mine. This one here is a, I think it's a 96 full drive 5-speed 1-ton. Probably not interested in it, but that is something I am going to fix. This is probably the best truck that I got, honestly. I've owned this truck twice now. I put a transmission in it. It has new tires on it. The person I sold it to didn't change the oil for 30,000 miles, and I had put chains and done all the work in it. But it is a nice doggone truck. The guy I bought it from down in Texas, it's got 1 million miles on it. He drove it all over Texas. But he put new upholstery in it. Took real good care of it. So all that was new when I got it the first time. Back seats been pretty well taken care of. It does have an 8-foot bed. So it's great to haul things. But it's definitely going to need an engine. Like I said, they didn't change the oil in it for 30-some thousand miles. They did put me new tires on it, which I thought was very nice. It also has a new front end under it, along with the transmission I put in it. It's got new dual exhaust on it. These up here are just project ones. That Tahoe right there has a really good built engine in it, but it's clapped out. Believe it or not, I have the Ford sold. That's a parts truck, and I'm going to part out that Chevy Avalanche right there, and then that Envoy is another parts one. So this is kind of the inventory that I have. If you're interested in anything, clearly you know me and know how to get a hold of me. Anybody else out there on the internet, as somebody in the comments told me before, I have a shitbox collection that somebody envies, which I think's hilarious. But a guy's got to have a hobby. He's got to have something to do. So this is what I got going on. Hope somebody found this a little interesting. I sure did.